Welcome to the No Manches Que Paso podcast, a podcast no one asked for about the unfiltered ups and downs of life from the perspective of two Latinas who got familias to manage,
real shit to deal with, and are just taking it one day at a time. Our chismes are your chismes.
Porque why not?
Welcome back to another episode of No Manches Que Paso podcast. I'm here with my girl, Karina. And your girl V. Oh, you were just gonna say my name? That's all good. Vane. Yeah, call me what you want, girl. Anyways, today, let's do a fit check first.
Okay, yeah.
You go first, because I'm always going first.
You are always going first.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got new Nikes. Shout out to your husband. He
Structures. Nike structures.
Yeah, so this is my go-to running shoe. It feels like I'm walking on clouds, running on clouds.
Nike sponsor us.
Oh, that'd be amazing. So anyway, I needed an upgrade. I needed new shoes. I had been wearing my other ones for like 2 years now, and so thank you. And my sweatshirt. So my sister used to own a coffee shop, and this is the coffee shop. She designed the sweatshirt, and I legit bought all the merch that she ever put out.
Ah, that's nice.
Stickers, sweatshirts, hats, mugs.
Get it, girl. That's a true supporter right there.
I was so proud of her. Every time I went to the cafe, Michael was like, "Oh, geez, what are you buying now?" But I was so proud of her. She has sold it since then, but yeah. I am... I still love wearing.
We actually stopped in there and got some coffee, and it was really delicious.
Oh.
And my husband, he likes to go to small business, little coffee shops. So yeah, kudos to her too.
Yeah, she went to hospitality business school.
Okay.
She's a great baker, cook. Knows her coffee.
That's awesome. Yeah. Just like you. Did your dad always drink coffee? Is that where you guys got that from?
Yeah. I started drinking coffee, I think, because of him. He had it at the shop when I worked at the shop, and so I needed a little pick-me-up.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wearing Biggie Smalls. Love, hip-hop rap.
Yes.
So I had to represent. And my Nike jacket here, because it's still cold. And my Concord 11s.
I like that jacket.
Thanks. I got it in purple and blue. But anyways. All right, let's get into it. What are we talking about today?
Okay, I thought it'd be fun to talk about embarrassing stories.
Oh shit.
Because we have known each other for a while, but we aren't deep into our chismes, our friendships. And we all have embarrassing stories. And so I wanted to know some of yours.
Well, you go first.
I'll start because
I got to dig back.
Okay, so I have two. I have one and we're going back to first grade.
Oh, shit.
I remember being in first grade. It was reading time. We're all listening to the teacher read this story. And I don't know what I was doing. I was always a very good student. And I must have been playing with something. My foot got stuck between the desk and anyway, my foot was stuck. And so I was trying to pull it out. In the midst of pulling it out, I farted.
You were gonna say I fell. Damn, that shit is. Eesh.
And the whole class, what? Who did that? Little kids are like, who farted? And the teacher kept reading and whatnot, and I was like,
I'm so used to this shit.
Please. And my shoe got stuck in that thing. I pulled my foot out, and I was like, my shoe.
Oh, so it was just still there and your foot was out.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
And so I got my shoe. Everyone, quieted down. She quieted the class down. I think I blamed it on someone else. I'm like, that wasn't me.
Girl, I used to do that all the time. Okay, I'm going to get a little deep. It's not embarrassing. I used to blame it on other people when I had to fart in class.
No.
Listen, everybody farts, man. Like, it's just natural. Like, it's just your body. Like, it needs to let the toxic air out. I mean, it's just natural. Like,
Okay.
So I would just, I would queef. Because you have to man, that shit is hard. Like, you really have to tone into your body, because if you were try to fart from the back end, that shit's gonna make a loud ass noise, right? That shit's gonna be loud, and especially if you got desks in a row, right? And you gotta just I can't believe I'm talking about this, and people are gonna hear this shit, but whatever. I'm just not gonna replay it back. So I would just purposely I would feel a fart coming, and I would just squeeze my cheeks and just have them go through the front, and I would blame the person in front of me. I'd be like, "Oh, you farted." And they'd be like, "What? No, I did." I was like, "I smell it up here," because nobody in the back smelled it. It was only, it hit me. I was the one who I was doing everybody a favor. I was taking that shit to the face. So anyways, for anybody that wants to fart in class and are too embarrassed, you just got to practice squeezing your cheeks and letting it roll right in front. I see your face. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe you just learned something new about me.
I did, but the muscle it takes to do that.
I'm saying, girl, I had to.
I'm over here trying to
hone
what
it
muscles
in.
are you using over there?
It's a technique.
Kegels.
Girl, yeah, you got to do Kegel. You got to do your Kegel workouts. Because when you're older, that way you don't pee on yourself when you're laughing. It's just, that's the woman body. You got to do your Kegels. You knew that.
Yes.
Okay, so that way when you're not when you're laughing or you sneeze or you cough, you're not pissing yourself. But that's a little tidbit about me.
I have reached the point where when I have to go to the bathroom, I have to go now, or else I'm going to pee on myself. There's no holding it anymore.
Oh, damn. See, you got to do your Kegel workouts. You have to do them. Because I can hold it. But that's all that time from back in high school, doing that
Queefing. Shit. All right. Well, okay.
What's your next?
Hold on. Back to my story.
Sorry.
I ended up I was all up in my head after that, and I ended up going to the nurse. I was like, my stomach hurts. I need to go to the nurse. I wanted to go home.
Yeah. I mean, I bet.
And the nurse was probably like, I think it's embarrassment.
Oh, you told her that you
No,
farted?
I didn't tell her. She was just like, I think it's something else. And I'm just like, yeah, okay. I'm pretty much mortified.
Yeah, that would be.
And that was the last time I farted.
Ever in life?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, because I know my friend, I told you this before. If I'm comfortable around you, I just let loose. I don't care. It's part of your body. It's a part of, shit. And she'll be like, oh my God, Vanessa, I don't fart. I never fart. And I was like, girl, yes, you do. She's all like, no, I promise you, I don't fart.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I tell people I don't fart, but I'm like, what? I don't know what I'm doing in my sleep. And obviously, when I'm on the toilet.
That's true, though. She did say that. She does say that she, probably farts at night.
Yes, which I have always had stomach issues. I was little getting enemas, every other week. I've always had issues. So for me, I burp a lot. Anyone you know,
yeah, you do.
I burp a lot. I was burping in front of you.
You did. That was the first time. I was like, damn.
I know.
Had some bass to it.
It did. It rumbled the mics.
But You said you had 2 embarrassing stories.
Enough about our
The
bowels.
farts and shit.
Okay, so I was at the peak of my business. Like, as a wedding photographer, I was getting the clients like that were lawyers, doctors. I was photographing like at the top places in the city that I wanted
Like
to
beautiful, like views. Yeah.
be. Yes.
Yep.
And I
Oh,
was
shit.
playing the part. Like, I thought I was it. Like, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not a lawyer, but
I'm going to act like.
Yes. And so I remember meeting with this one client, and she is a lawyer, and I mispronounced a word, and she corrected me.
Damn. You don't remember the
The
word?
word was soiree.
Soiree. Okay.
So I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, I think we were talking about what we were doing this weekend. And I was like, oh yeah, I got invited to the soiree. And it's this party, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, do you mean a soiree? And I was like,
fuck.
that's how you spell it.
You just went cockeyed right now looking at the damn. That's another embarrassing moment. Okay.
At this point, I'm like,
whatever.
I'm always like,
I know. Damn, that is embarrassing too. Especially like when you're talking to somebody that you know is smart, because anybody that is a lawyer has to go through fucking law school and has to pass the bar exam, and that shit is hard.
Yes.
So you know that they're fucking smart. So yeah, like their vocabulary.
Yes, and another one. I think I was like, I think it was her husband. I said something like, "Who is blah 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 blah," and he's like, "Do you mean whom?" And I was like,
"Oh my God, Lord have mercy! I don't like those people. I don't like why.
Yes.
I hate when people like correct you mid sentence or they're talking. Like, just let it go. Like, why does it matter?"
Yes, that was the first time that I felt the class difference. And I was like, I don't belong here. I felt imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
With that couple, with that client. And I was
but
like,
that's a them problem, because the fact that they're making you feel that way, that they need to check themselves, because that's not cool, man. I know that I'm not like up there, right? I'm like in the middle somewhere, but I'm also not like, I have friends in all types. Like, we just, I'm not going to judge you by the way you talk or by the way you speak. I mean, I know that I say some off the wall shit. Like, I know it just because I edit these videos and I'm like, fuck, why did I just say that? Like, I go back and I critique my damn self. Right? Yeah. And I'm like, damn, I should have said this, or clearly I couldn't get my words right, or it's hard, it's I'm sorry, we're not very what's the word? See, right now, I don't know, the word that I'm looking for is just not very articulate sometimes. Yeah. With your words. And
I think language is a language. Like, why you gotta like put me down for saying something incorrect? I know 2 languages. Right. 3 if you count Spanglish.
I count that shit. I'm definitely, I'm Spanglish more than Spanish.
And I know a little bit of French. Voulez-vous coucher avec?
Wow. I know the alphabet in French.
Ooh.
Only because I memorize a song in class. I have to sing it. Don't ask me to do it right now.
Okay.
But yeah. But yeah, I get that. That could be a little bit embarrassing, but maybe I don't think it's embarrassing. I just feel like that's them like putting you down, right? For maybe fumbling with your words, or not saying the correct word, verb, whatever. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think it just takes one time for like someone to call you out publicly saying a word wrong, and then you're like, never again. Like, how can I
don't belong here.
Yeah.
These are not my people.
Yes. And those are 2 moments in my life that I have not shared publicly. But as my kids are getting older, they're having moments of similar things where they might be embarrassed, and I have started sharing these experiences because I want them to know, like, we're all human. Like, we're gonna go through it.
You have to laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
You really do. You know, and that's something that I've learned as I've gotten older. Because I know when I was younger, being self-conscious of what I'm saying, and it just, just forget about that shit. And if you fumble, if you say some shit that's out of line, that doesn't make sense, laugh at yourself. Fuck, I laugh at myself all the damn time.
I laugh at you too.
You see? And that's okay.
Yes.
And if you hear me say some shit that doesn't make sense, move on.
Laugh
like,
at her.
That's just me.
You
said laugh at her. Move on.
Just kidding.
I say some shit that doesn't make sense. My husband, he wanted to create a book of all the shit that I would say back then. And I'm all like, whatever. I make myself laugh. I'm a fucking funny person.
You are.
To myself.
Oh.
I feel like he doesn't make me laugh as much as I make myself laugh, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what's your embarrassing story? I shared 2.
Embarrassing story. Gosh. One that really sticks out is, if we're talking about when we were younger, it was a big assembly, right, in middle school. And this is when you're like boy crazy, right? And my friends and I were leaving the gym, and my fucking friend tripped me. She did that shit on purpose. But I'm always guard. Like, we were always like tripping each other, because it was funny, right?
Yeah.
No, this bitch did it when in a group of people. It's like a stampede coming out of the damn gym, right? All these people are like in the motherfucking doorway, and I'm in the middle. This bitch tripped me. I fucking fell flat on my face. Flat on my face.
No.
And my friends were dying. They were dying of laughter. And I was so embarrassed because everybody saw. I mean, literally. Thank God nobody stepped on me, right? Because it was a bunch of people, a bunch of kids right there.
Did people say, oh?
Yeah, they sure did. Oh, dang. And I was all like, I'm okay. I'll just brush it off. I'm okay. And I was like, oh my God. My face was red. And my friends were just dying. And even then, they were still bringing it up years later. And I was like, man, fuck you guys for doing that shit to me. And then there was, I wouldn't say like an embarrassing moment, but it was hilarious. It was another time my friend and I were walking home. We were in middle school. And we were walking home. But we were so like into our conversation that we didn't realize that we had jumped over like a little, you know how like construction workers, they like put the tape up to not fucking walk into the damn cement that they had just poured.
Yes.
Well, my friend and I did not see it. We stepped over it, not realizing what the fuck we were getting ourselves into. Well, I started sinking. And my friend was next to me. And if she listens to this, I'm sure she's going to remember. But we both started, and then it was hard to get the fuck out of this damn sidewalk. And we hear down the street this guy, the construction worker, hey, because he's pissed. He had just poured that shit in there. And we're like, oh, fuck. We're like stepping all over it. Our foot imprints were literally so deep, because we couldn't get out of there. And we're like running. My pants were filled with cement. My shoes were done for. We could have been like, oh my God, like, what the fuck just happened? No, we were fucking cracking up. We were just like, and that's one of those moments where you're like, those are like great memories. Like that's like shit. You just are so into the conversation, having fun with your friend, and then this shit happens. And you're like, you could be like, oh, fuck, I just messed up my shoes or whatever. But instead, we were dying. We literally laughed all the way home. We're fucking covered in cement. And it was it was a hot mess. But
fun times.
I mean, you gotta laugh at yourself. You do, because you're just gonna be miserable if you don't.
I know sometimes we can get so caught up in that experience, but then like no one's gonna remember that. Like you move on.
Yeah,
like,
nobody remembers. Like I don't remember like my classmates doing like farting or anything like that. I don't remember that shit.
Yeah.
Like we remember because it happened to us.
Yeah.
But other people have moved on from it. Now they're going to remember because you brought it up.
I know.
And now it's on the internet.
They're going to be like,
forever.
I knew there was this girl in first grade.
So she did fart.
So she blamed me.
She blamed me, exactly. She queefed and she blamed it on me. That's right, Billy.
I have an ex-boyfriend named Billy.
Oh, jeez.
Hey,
You're
Billy.
like, you shouldn't have sat in front of me. That's what you get.
That's what you get. They have no control over where they sit.
It was class assignment series.
Oh, man. But queefing, like that tickles. How do you...
That tickles.
That tickles. Like, it tickles.
Sorry, I don't have that same feeling. Sorry. It's a skill. It is. You
should put that on your resume. Oh my gosh. Okay, this was a good one. Let this be.
We want to hear your embarrassing stories.
Yes, for sure.
Listen, if you want it to be anonymous, we will. We don't have to say your name. Just tell us your embarrassing stories. We'll talk about it. We will not say your name. I promise.
Send them in, DM us, email us.
We'll put up an anonymous because they have the Instagram where they do the anonymous one.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do that instead. So, all right. That's it for this episode.
You're not alone. Send us your story.
Laugh at yourself.
Yeah.
It makes life so much more fun.
Yeah.
Peace. V out.
K out. All right. That's a wrap.